Hi everyone, I'm Lena Eller from Animal Safe Movement. I want to warmly invite you to join our International Calves and Cows Mother's Day event on May 9th and 10th, 2026. And also please join us at the Climate Healers Convergence on April 25th and 26th. I will be speaking there as well, and I can't wait to see you and meet you and hear about your plans for this beautiful Mother's Day.
Welcome everyone to the Million Vegan Grandmothers, and we are in a series of hosting beautiful guests that are going to be part of International Calf and Cow Mother's Day 2026 on the weekends of the 9th and 10th, and also guests for our upcoming Vegan Convergence of the People number 25, which is on the mother-baby bond of all species. And today I have Lena Eller. Thank you, Lena, for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very honored and excited to be here.
So Lena is part of the Animal Save movement in Germany and has a really incredible story. And we're just honored, that there are activists out there on the front lines and bearing witness for all of us and for the beings, giving them a moment where they are witnessed so that we can bring this to the world and bring the awareness that these are mothers, these are babies, someone's baby, and we need to speak out more and protect them. So that's what we're doing for International Calf and Cow Mother's Day. So take it away, Lena. Tell us a little bit about your history in the Animal Save movement and what you're planning to do for Mother's Day this year in Austria or Germany or both?
Both.
Great,
Yes.
great.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know me yet, I'm Lena. I'm from Vienna in Austria. I've been vegan for around 15 plus years. I can't even recall. And before that, I've been vegetarian for most of my life. I'm very much in love with animals, and I'm a very passionate auntie. My both sisters have children already, and I always loved spending time with the newborns and then seeing them grow up. And my love for my niece and nephews is the same though I feel for any other animal baby that I see out there. And having seen my sisters and really lived with them through their beautiful journey of motherhood, it's always been very hard and heavy on my heart as an animal rights activist, knowing the truth for most mothers in the animal kingdom that they experience. And for the last 8 years, I've been working with Animal Safe Movement. I've been very blessed to work closely, and I was invited and I was able to travel for Animal Safe Movement, and I was on world tours where I started new safe groups, and I was spending loads of time with activists all around the world, but also spending time with animals all around the world, but also the ones in captivity, of course, because that was our main focus. And yeah, I made so many experiences, very touching experiences that I will never forget, that are forever kept in my heart. And if I can say that I guess my favorite animal is a pig, has always been a pig since I'm a little child, although it was quite unconventional because other children preferred, I don't know, puppies or cats. Um, and the last years I've spent lots of time in piggeries and in pig slaughterhouses. I was also allowed to bear witness on the kill floor. I was seeing every part of the killing act of pigs, but also of cows and of chickens. So my activism has been quite diverse. It has been on the front lines. in front of slaughterhouses, but also inside of slaughterhouses, as I just tried to mention. And the concept was always to promote and live and showcase love-based activism, non-violent activism, coming with an open heart, sharing and showing compassion for all, not showing or leading with hatred towards individuals, but seeing the industry for what it is, but not hating on individuals who work in that industry. And trying to give animals often their first and last time of little bit of human love and compassion in their lives. And so I was gonna say that pigs are my favorite animals because I just feel so deeply for them. And I was spending time in a pig farm some years ago, some 3 years ago by now. And luckily, I had a video documentary, like a documentary team coming with me to film everything. And so this experience that I've had with that beautiful mother pig and her babies is also out there for the world to see at some point. It's very special moments that were captured. We were climbing into the farm in the middle of the night. Of course, it was undercover and not allowed by no one because no one would want us to see and showcase what is going on for these mother pigs. And yeah, I got to spend time with the mother who was completely in captivity, unable to move. And although I don't want to obviously speak for animals, I don't want to, I can only say what I feel or what I think I see, obviously. They don't speak a language necessarily that I speak. However, I did feel that I hear her and I see her, I feel her, understand her. She to me looked like a very weak mother, traumatized and very, very tired and physically harmed. And her babies were just not in her reach, but I was able to pet the babies and spend time with them, and they were quite playful with me. And it was a very powerful experience that I want to share with the audience today because I was trying to support a mother the way I've done plenty of times with my sister, or both of my sisters actually, when they were tired, exhausted, and motherhood was just a bit heavy on them, which, happens to all mothers, I guess. But in this case, this mother couldn't even take care of her own children because she was in such physical captivity. And it was such a burden it looked like such a burden for her. And it felt so unfair that I can walk in, I can walk out afterwards. But whilst I'm there, I can take care of her children and pet them and give them some love and attention. And she's unable to. She's next to them, but she can't move towards them. And that was really a defining moment for me in my activism because I really realized that these animals are mothers, and not only will they be slaughtered soon and their children will be slaughtered soon, which is by itself horrible, but the captivity and the way that they have to live through motherhood is just unspeakable. And maybe I want to add that I spent also a lot of time with cows and calves, which will make my voice hopefully that much louder and stronger when I speak at our beautiful event that we will hold also in Vienna and in Germany for Mother's Day on the 9th and 10th of May. And I don't know if you've ever spent time with a calf on a classic farm, but they are taken away from their mothers and then they just thirst and long for the mother's, how do you say in English, the breast of the mother. And then because they are so much longing for it, they try to suck on your fingers. And when you spend time with them, you can give them your finger because that's all you have in that moment, anyways. And they so gladfully take it and try to suck on it because it's their natural instinct to find their mother's breast to drink their cow's milk, their mother's milk. So yeah, um, maybe to sum it up, I've spent a lot of time with babies and moms. Often they were separated, and I so passionately want to speak out for them. I know that I will be a mother at some point, and I can already um, emphasize and I can totally put myself in their position, although can I ever fully? Probably not, even in thoughts. But the way that they are treated as mothers and as children is so horrible. And I just want to help them by speaking out and open people's eyes and show them the love and respect and compassion one can have for animals once we understand what is going on in the industry. And often I meet vegetarians and they are so proud for not eating meat, but I always think of dairy as liquid meat. And I've, as I said, spent times in slaughterhouses watching calves get murdered in halal slaughterhouses, for example, and also mother cows get slaughtered. So I saw the impact of the dairy industry, which so many people, vegetarians often think doesn't cause harm to the animals. It's just a bit of milk that one takes away. But that's one of the biggest um, fake stories out there that what one can think of. I mean, if you think of all the children's books where you see, oh, the happy cows and the bit of milk, and it's all a big lie, and we're here to expose it. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I can talk endlessly about this. Tammy, please excuse my
Oh,
wobbling.
that's perfect. And it's the system isn't perfect. It's
Hmm.
demonic, but we're going to move into systematic, compassionate action. And that's what bringing awareness to the mother baby bond of all species and opening up our circle of compassion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people have been able to live in a certain level of denial. I was talking
Mhm.
to my veterinarian daughter the other day, and she says, "I don't think all calves are taken away from their mom." I said, "Yeah, pretty much, Jen. That's the norm." And
Mhm.
so I think people are very resilient, and part of the resiliency is cognitive dissonance. And so
Yes.
I think just put that a little bit, away from me enough that I can still continue eating. So
Yes.
when we were speaking earlier, you said that you imagine hosting a really large event in both Austria and Germany for International Calf and Cow Mother's Day weekend on the 9th and 10th. Could you give us a little
Yes.
idea what that might look like?
Yes, gladly. Yeah, so I'm really, really passionate about that day. And what we want to showcase is mothers speaking up for mothers. So we want to invite pregnant women in our movement, um, or maybe even young mothers, or also any form of mother, even.
Grandmothers.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, are more than welcome to speak, just in solidarity of their animal friends. And I want to really produce a strong image. I want for people to be able to not be able to forget. I want for them to really have that image in mind of this pregnant woman with her big belly standing there and showing solidarity with the animal um, kingdom. And so, yeah, I mean, I've been over the years, and as I said, because of my traveling for safe movement, I've seen so many beautiful Mother's Day actions all around the world. And I'm always fascinated about what people pull off that day. And I think there's really no end to the imagination. I mean, for myself, I want to say that it will be a love-based protest that is focused on raising awareness and leading with compassion and love and education. But I think it doesn't hurt to also, you know, go maybe a bit further. The topic of dairy the way we treat the mothers and the children is so harsh. We really can't afford to sugarcoat it any longer. So I don't know yet exactly. I just envision, and I'm positive there will be a pregnant woman speaking, because people are interested in what is this pregnant woman speaking about. I really want to showcase, and it's not about individuals. It's not about heroism by no means. A pregnant woman, after all, is just another human being. But it does something, I think, if someone who has their own child or children in their belly or child, uh, that will then speak out on behalf of the mothers who people choose to not listen to, right? And I don't know. I mean, I've been part of actions where we had, well, it was usually women wearing some kind of milking machines as a form of, yeah, a point of action, something that people notice and look at and are curious about, and what is this? And sometimes it helps people because we are so focused on our own um, species that it helps to really showcase the parallel and show a human mother being milked without her uh, agreement or her wanting to take part in this. So I don't know. It's I will see what is possible. I also don't want to obviously make anyone do, showcasing stuff that they don't want to showcase. But I think it's a great day to be really full of ideas and try to obviously, with the best of intentions, speak up for animals and do them justice as much as one can. And I also want to take the opportunity to invite any organizer or any animal lover, any animal rights activist, anyone who is passionate about this topic, to also start an event on that same day, as we do all around the world, and also try to reach people on the streets, raise awareness, leave them even with a leaflet, with a bit of information that they can research afterwards. You don't have to be the best of outreaches. You don't have to be a great organizer who's done big actions before. It doesn't matter. And even the tiniest of events, the most tiny shout out you can think of, anything is better than nothing. And I really want to invite everyone to take part in this, to come together. I think it's such a beautiful idea that we will all rise together across the globe. And this also includes, obviously, any man. We are all caretakers of babies and children. It doesn't belong to, or belong is maybe not the proper word, but it's not just about women coming together for other female animals. It's all of us coming together, no matter how you identify. Yeah, it's about coming together as humans for our animal friends. Yeah.
Thank you. And you were asking me a question before we started this podcast about what do I envision and why do I think it would be beneficial for us to all come together. And anytime there's an international movement, it gets attention. And so on the weekend of May 9th and 10th this year, we are going to be calling everyone in the world to pay attention to what activists and caring people around the world are wanting to bring attention to other caring people that aren't quite as aware as we are. And please, if you're watching this, please share this and invite everyone to an International Calf and Cow Mother's Day celebration of the bond of all babies and mothers, and then widen our circle of compassion to include the babies and mothers of all species. And so that in 2026, the end of 2026, maybe we will see a predominantly vegan world. Thank you so much, Lena, for being here.
Thank you so much.